Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this new series, I would like to try to help people to get started with Fusion 360. I'm not an expert whatsoever in that matter, but I would like to try to share my knowledge and help as many people as possible to starting with Fusion 360. So if you haven't downloaded Fusion 360 yet, so I will probably, it's a good idea to go to the website, is autodesk.com and Fusion 360, and then you will be presented to this page. So from here you can see you can buy a subscription for Fusion 360, but the version we're using is the free version for makers. So to do that, you need to click on the download free trial, and that will bring up to this page. As you can see here, you have a Fusion for personal use, which is going to be free to use. You click on download limited version, and this is the side you want to use, not this one. And you will have some limitation, but for makers, make a simple parts and things like that for home is more than enough. You have 10 active documents you can work on, although you can always switch them off, so you can have hundreds of documents on as long as the active one are no more than 10. So you can switch back and forth to activate the model you want to work on. So you click on that one, you need to create an account, put your email, etc., download it, install it, and you should be presenting with something like this when you start Fusion. So normally I don't I haven't make any adjustment on the default settings. I found the default settings working pretty well for what I need. The only one I change is this one here. So you go to document settings and you open the little arrow down, and that is the one you want to change to suit your style. I work in millimeters, and so that's what I'm using. So from here, what you can see up here, there are several tabs, icons. That are the tabs. There are several icons per tab. So in this solid, you will have all the icons referring to solid object. If you click to the surface tab, you're going to have the icon to work on surface object. The mesh is going to be a little bit more complicated. It's more for 3D printing or other stuff which we are not looking into as yet. Normally you get a blank page already. If you do not get the blank page as your first start, you go up to this corner and you click this little paper sheet here, and you click on new design, and another page, and a page will open, and then you can start to work from that. From here what you normally need to do in Fusion 360 is to create a 2D sketch first, and from there you can then manipulate it to create a 3D object. So to create a sketch, you go to the left hand side of the screen, top left hand side, and you will see this icon just underneath the solid tab, and it says create a sketch. So you click on that one and you will see you will have the 3 plane popping up, and then you need to choose on which plane you want to create the sketch. In this case, I am going to use the XY plane, which is that one here, and I click on it, and then as you can see here, this little cube here has now facing the top. So basically I'm seeing the sketch from a top view. So let's say we want to create a rectangular. So here we have several tools. We got rectangle, the circle, the spline, mirror, dimension, plus you have more option down the line here. So let's start simple and make a rectangle. Oh, let me undo this one because you will not have this one selected when you started, so I don't want to confuse that one. That's something for later. So let me re-click on the rectangle, and as you can see, if I go close to the origin point, it snap. So I'm going to snap there. I'm going to click and drag, one click and you drag, and then you have 2 options here to create a rectangle with constraint. So the first one, the one I'm going to show you now, is to insert dimension directly into here before you do the second click. So say I want this one 25 mil, and then as you can see, the height of the rectangle has adjusted. And then if you press the tab key, you go into the other measurement, and there I say I want to have a 50 mil. And at this point you can press enter. You can see now you have a rectangle with the 2 measurements. You will see also these little bars here. These are constrained. So the sketch is locked in position. You cannot adjust it. If I remove one constraint, I can move this one around. Yeah. So let's go back to that constraint. So what's happened if you want to change the size from the sketch you have just created? Say you don't want to do 25 mil anymore, you change your mind, you want to do 30. So what you're going to do, you're going to double click on that number, on that dimension, and then you're just going to put 30, and then you press enter, and then the sketch will adjust accordingly. Then what else? The second option, which is similar to the first option, is, let's say I want to create another rectangle away from this one. So I am going to click on the line icon there, or you can press the L key on the keyboard. I'm going to the bottom corner, right bottom corner of the rectangle, one click, and then I pull out and say I want to be 25 mil away from that rectangle, and I press enter. Now this is a construction, is a line which you can use for your drawing, but we are not using this one for as for the drawing as such, we're using as a measurement. So I want to convert that line into a construction line. So I'm going to click on that line, then I'm going here into this menu, and I'm going to click on the construction. And as you can see, this construction line has become dashed because it's no longer a line that you can use for modeling. So from here, I want to create another rectangle, and then I want to do, I'm going to do a random shape there. So now I don't have any measurement. So what you need to do to adjust the size of the rectangle is to click on the D on your keyboard, and then you select a side you want to adjust, and you will see there is a dimension sketch coming out, and just pull it out wherever you wish, and it'll tell you what size you want to have the line. So in this case, I'm going to have 25 millimeters, and as you can see, that line is being adjusted to 25. Now I want to adjust them. If you look carefully, the tool is still selected. So I have still the dimensional tool selected. If I want to escape that tool because I don't want to do any more dimension, I just press escape. But because I want to do this dimension, I'm going back and I press the D, or you can come up here and sketch dimension. It does the same things. So go back to the line, click on it, pull up the dimension, one more click, and say I want 50. And then I press enter, and then as you can see, we have now a rectangle 50 mil wide, 25 mil width, height, or whatever you like it to call it. So now I have finished with the dimension. I can press escape and have the mouse free from any tools. So a couple of things you may want to know is you can zoom in and out with the center wheel of your mouse. I highly recommend it to have a mouse with a center wheel. It will make the life much easier. If you want to move the sketch left or right because it doesn't fit or for whatever reason, you can either click on this little hand down here, and then you can start to move your sketch around. Or again, press escape to exit. You can click on the center wheel and you can move this one around. And there is no need to press the escape key, because as soon as you release your center wheel, the tool will disappear. Also, you have the orbit. You can click on that icon, and then you can orbit, and you can move your 2D sketch in any direction you want. As you can see, it could be very confusing. So if for whatever reason you find that you have lost your space in the 3D dimension, I recommend you press the escape to get out from the tool, and you go to the top right corner here where the little cube is. You will find the little home button, and that will put back in the original state when you open the sketch. And then because we used the top view, we're gonna click on the top and we'll get back to the original sketch view. For the orbit, again, you can also press shift, hold down shift on your keyboard, and pressing down on the center wheel, and that will do the same So you have two options there. So let's go back to the center where we were, and that's the basic tool movement of Fusion 360. Okay, so let me put this one back to 25. Now I want to so middle click, move it out, so give me a bit of space, and I want to do another rectangle. This time I want to start to get the dimension from there, and then I'm going to give another 25 mil space there. So what we have here, we have 50 plus 50 is 100, 25 plus 25 will be 50, so 150 from the origin point. At this time, I'm going to click on the construction line icon there, and I press L for line, and then that will be, as you can see, is going to be already a construction line. So make sure you are parallel, you are snapped to the grid, otherwise you will be off center, offline, and you're going to put 150, and you press enter. Let's get this one out of the way. Let me readjust a little bit this to make a little bit neater, and that one is there. And then now we undo that because we're going to create a third rectangle, and then once again click anywhere, then you press T on your keyboard, and you're gonna put a 25 mil for the height, and then press D once more, and you're gonna have a 50 mil rectangle as well. Let me have a look. If we put everything on the same side, we may have a neater project. So I have that one there. I want to put this one there. And let me move this one over here. Like this. So let me do the D again. I want to have this side, so it's going to be 25. And then I press escape. And I just adjust it to be neater. What else? Once you have a tool, say you have the dimension tool, I didn't mean to do that. Go back there. So let's say we have the dimensional tool. If you to go back to your original, to escape from that tool, as I said, you can press escape, and then that will put back to the select option. Or you can actually go directly to the select, and you click the select, and then you back to the pointing. And the third way to escape a tool, you click OK, and you press, I think, cancel, and that will take off from the sketch. So I think that's it for the first video. One more thing, if you for whatever reason you have lost your sketch or design and you don't know where it is, if you double click with the middle wheel, it will bring back the your sketch and will fit the sketch in the window. So as you can see, it was partially covered by this palette sketch here, but it fit the entire width of the window. So that is a nice tool to tip to know once you have lost the space in the 3D area, if you have lost your drawing somewhere. In the next video we are going to create our first object in 3D. So we're gonna make a sketch and we're gonna extrude it and we're gonna 3D print in the item. Now the sketch is finished and we can click Finish Sketch. If you want to have a go and learn a little bit more, just try to create a pattern of 3x3 rectangle with the same dimension, 25 between rectangles and 25 spacing here, and then the 6 rectangle being 25 by 50. Shouldn't take long, but that is a good way to learn Fusion 360. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.